I think we're all right. So we'll start with a quick warm up. Just loosen up our arms and our shoulders. So into a jog. We won't spend too long on this, but just make sure you're swinging your arms, elbows at 90 degrees. Loosen them up. So anybody got any new aches, pains, shoulder niggles or anything? I'm not too worried about your legs, but just your arms and shoulders. No, we're all good. Super. Okay, just start to increase the pace a little bit more into the sprint, faster arms. Good, 10 more seconds. And slow down into a march. Good. And then arms looping around, big circles, both arms at the same time. Loosening off shoulders. Good stuff. Then change direction. Both arms together still. Lovely. And then just stop at the top and then into one arm, both arms forwards, but one at a time. That makes sense. Yeah, super. Just testing your coordination really for 8 o'clock in the morning. And then exactly the same backwards. So again, one at a time. It's a bit like you're doing backstroke. That sort of timing. Perfect. And then just try and see if you can get your arms to just brush your ears as you go over the top. Working on some connections. Good, and then come back down to a rest in front, nice wide feet, arms to the side, and we're going to bend forwards and then touch opposite toes. Arm comes up to the ceiling as the other one comes down to the floor. Good. And just start to increase the pace on this as you start to loosen up. 2 more on each side. And then come back up to the top and then just give your arms a good swing and a shake. Cross over at the front, stretch back, squeeze the shoulder blades. And then just give your arms a quick swing and a shake. Okay, everyone feel a bit more loosened off in their shoulders? Yeah? Good stuff. So we're going to start with our bands. So make sure your bands are tethers. Mine are a little bit too high. That's all I can do in here. So everybody got their bands? Super. So we're going to start with some nice easy pull-ins. So if you've got paddles on, I suggest you hold your bands just on the top. Just for this one. So hold both on top. We're going to stand with our feet shoulder width apart. Bend your knees as if you're about to sit down. And then lean forwards. And as you lean forwards, you're pushing your hips back. So your back stays really straight. So I don't want to see us rolling over the top. So shoulder blades tucked down into your back pockets. I'm just going to pull both hands together, tuck your elbows into your ribs, straighten out those arms, come down to your hips and back up. It's really important that you're controlled as you come down and again nice and controlled as you bend your arms back forwards. Good, so keeping 30 seconds on these. So try and keep the tension on your bands the whole time. If your bands are a bit slack, just take a step back. Good, 15 more seconds. You should really feel this in your triceps. Keep those elbows tucked in. And you're looking down towards the floor just in front of you so your back and your legs in a nice straight line. Super, 2 more of these. You should be feeling it in your triceps. Good, and then come up to standing. And then we're into our T-pull. So we did these last week, so we're going to set up our bands in front. Pull them wide, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And relax back forwards. So it's up to you how you hold on to your pedals. So start in the middle, big squeeze back. Good. And as you come back, try not to arch your back. We're trying to keep a nice straight line. So you're squeezing those shoulders all the way back. And coming back to the front. Good. So you're keeping your hands in line with your shoulders. Try not to raise them too high up. Yeah, we've got that one next. Good, 10 more seconds on these. Big squeezes. Keep those arms relatively straight. You can have soft elbows. Lovely, 1 more. And then Take a step back if you want to, get the tension in your bands, and we're coming up into a Y shape this time. So starting from the front, coming up and out, and back down. Good. So this time we're making sure that our arms come up diagonally. Super. 10 more seconds on this one. So this first set is warming us up and working on our shoulder strength. One more. Good. And just let go of your bands and we'll loosen back off our shoulders, so just big swing and shake. Everyone okay with those exercises? We're going to do one more set of those. Yeah, super. Once you've loosened off, grab your bands again. So feet shoulder width apart, bend those knees, push your hips back as you're about to sit down, and lean forward, nice straight back. Everyone ready? Good. And elbows tucked in, and we're pulling down to our hips, nice and slowly back up. Make sure those elbows are tucked in. You want to be in the bottom of your ribs here, your elbows, and you keep those elbows the whole time you're pulling. Good, a couple more of those. Keep that back nice and straight. If it feels a bit too easy, take a little step back, add some more tension in onto your bands. One more. Good, and straight into those T-pulls. So, again, you might want to take a step back for this one. Start from the middle, big wide pull back, squeeze those shoulder blades, and come back to the middle. Keep it controlled as you release that tension. Good. Ten more seconds on these. Make sure you're squeezing all the way back. Lovely. One more. And straight into the Y pull. So this time your arms are coming up and out to the sides. Again, really concentrate on not arching that back as you come up. So you're squeezing your abs together, glutes tight. Good. Ten more seconds. And relax those down. Just give those arms a swing and a shake. And then we'll go on to more swimming. Everyone okay? Good stuff. So if you've got pedals on your bands, then put them on now. We're going to start with a double arm swim. Everyone good? Super. So again, start with your feet hip distance apart. Bend those knees, sticking your hips backwards, nice straight back. And then just make sure you've got a bit of tension in your bands. If you haven't, take a step back. Just get a little bit more. So just find that tension to start with. So not too much, but just enough to have on. Are we all good? And we're going to do double arm. So head down, looking towards the floor. Both arms come down. You bring your elbows up as if you're catching water. Pulling all the way down, keeping those elbows high. And pushing back to your hips. Nice and controlled back up, high elbows. All the way up to the front and down there. So we're going to keep it slow to begin with. So you can add a little bit more resistance if you need to. To do that, step back. Good. So you should feel your abs trying to work as well to stabilise you as you're putting down. Two more seconds of this, nice and slow, keeping those elbows high. As you get to your hips, your hands come in. So you're just brushing across your hips before you control it back up to the front. Good, 10 more seconds. So keeping that same movement with your catch. We're going to start with both hands at the top. This time just your right hand. So pull the tension on your left and keep it there. Right hand, we're pulling down, high elbow, all the way to your hip. Nice and slow. So you're building in the strength. Good. And if you're in the right position with your hips back and your knees bent, you start to feel a little bit of work in your quads as well. Good. Another 30 seconds. Whilst you're concentrating on that arm, just check your shoulders, make sure your shoulders are down, that you're not hunched up by your ears. Good. 15 seconds to go on this hand. Again, if it's too easy, take a step back, add a bit more tension into that band. Good, last one. Bring that hand back to the top, pull the tension on and swap sides. So you're on your left hand now.
What are you doing? What are you whinging for? I'm right here.
You'll probably find that one hand's a lot easier or a lot more controlled than the other. So if you do find that over the week, you want to focus a little bit more on that side to bring your strength back up. Good, we're halfway through on this one. "15 seconds to go. So keep that tension on in your front arm. High elbow, pushing all the way back into your hip. Good. Last couple. One more, and then bring those hands back up to the front. If you want to, just stand up, have a quick shake through. Good. So we're going to go into some catch-up drills next, and then into a full swim. Everyone good? Super. So catch up, back into that position. Bent knees, push those hips back. Good, straight back. And then just check your shoulders. Some of us are a little bit like this. Pull those shoulders all the way down. Imagine your shoulder blades are going into your back pockets. Good, so catch up. Tension on. Big pull with one hand. Go up to meet the other. And then change hands. Good, and then start to increase the pace a little bit on this one. So we're not quite in a full sprint yet, we'll come to that, but we're starting to increase the pace. Good, and if it's too easy, again, step back, increase the tension. Another 30 seconds. Good, so make sure both hands meet each other at the top before you move. That's it, start at the top, all the way back, meet them, change hands. That's it, perfect. 10 more seconds to go on this one. Good, and keep both hands at the front. We're going to use our right hand all the way back down to our hips. When we get there, swap over, so your left hand comes down. So you're alternating now. So you've got one hand at your hip, the other hand at your head. Keeping those elbows high. So controlled back up, perfect. So this is really strengthening your core and your back. You should have tension on the same on each arm. Good, another 30 seconds. If you find you're starting to curve in your back on this one, just tilt your hips forward. So imagine your hips are back at water and you're just tilting that water forwards. Good, really push those hips back. Perfect, 10 more seconds. Okay, we're going to go into a sprint. So keeping that position, it's actually the same sort of as some of those alternate arms. So bring one hand back and change, and then as fast as you can. We're going 30 seconds all out. If it's too easy, take a step back, make it a little bit harder. Good. Keep those knees slightly bent. You might find you have a little bit of a bounce in there to absorb some of the tension. 5 seconds to go. Good, and up for a rest. Give those arms a shake through. Everybody okay? We'll go through that set again.
What's up, you? What's up, you?
Okay, 10 more seconds and we'll start through those again. So we're back to our double arm pull. Everyone good? So feet shoulder width apart. Try not to go too wide. Keep them into your shoulders. Good. Bent knees, hips back. Double arm pull. High elbows. Pushing all the way to your hips. Control it back up. Really nice. So don't forget, shoulder blades tucked down. Try really hard not to hunch up as those arms come forwards.
What are you doing?
Really nice. Another 15 seconds.
No, Finn. That's my foot. That's my other
5
foot.
seconds to
No.
go. Good, arms come back to the top. Pull the tension on single arm. So you might want to step back a little bit. Just one arm at a time. All the way back. Bring it back to the top and go again. So staying on the same arm. High elbows. Good. So your elbows, you come down with that pull. Your elbows should stay level with your body. So don't let it drop down or too high. So that level with your ribs as it comes through. Good. 10 more seconds on this arm. Concentrate on that elbow. One more. Good. Arms back to the middle and swap sides. Super. Concentrate on keeping that elbow nice and high up towards your ribs. Good. 15 seconds to go. Lovely. Just keeping the tension on the arm that's in front. 5 seconds. One more pull down. Good. Then just come up for a rest. Have a swing and a shake. Shake with the hips and your back. Everybody's still okay? Yeah, super. Okay, so into catch up. Feet hip distance apart. Bend your knees. Good. As if you're about to sit down. Push your hips back. Nice straight line. So catch up. Bring the tension on both hands. All the way back to your hips. Join your hands at the top and swap sides this time. Really good. So brace your abs. Suck your tummy button in. Good. 5 more seconds at this pace. Nice. And stick with catch up, but a little bit faster this time. So make sure your other arm doesn't move until they're both together at the top. Good. 15 more seconds. Increase the pace a little bit here if you want to. 5 seconds to go. Good. Arms coming up to the front. And we're alternate arms this time. So one arm down to your hips. When it gets there, start the other hand moving. So you've got one in front and one at your hips each time. Good. And you want to keep your core really tight. So you're not twisting as those arms come up. You stay in that nice solid position. Good, and into a sprint. So as fast as you can on these arms, trying to keep your core stable. You can bend your knees a little bit if you want to. 15 seconds to go. Good, 10 seconds as fast as you can. 5 seconds. Good, and up for a rest, well done. You can drop your pedals down, give your arms a swing and a shake. Everyone okay? Good stuff. So have a quick drink if you want one. We'll do one more set, but a shorter set this time. And hopefully you're all starting to feel it in your arms and your shoulders. Okay, another 15 seconds of rest and we'll start through again. So we're dropping the time down this one for our last effort. So grab your bands, into position for a double arm pull. Feet shoulder width apart, bend your knees, push your hips back, straight back, let's go, double arms. Good, keep those elbows high. $15 seconds to go. Good, just check those shoulder blades are tucked down your back and you're not too hunched up around your ears. 5 seconds. Good, one more double arm pull and straight into your right arm. Pull the tension on your left, single arm pull. Really good. Working your core really hard to make sure you stay in that nice straight line. 5 seconds on this hand. One more pull. Good. Both arms to the top, tension on your right and pull down on your left. Good. Make sure that elbow stays high. We're not going for speed on this one, we're going for our technique. High elbows. Nice solid pull the whole way through. 5 seconds left. Last pull. Hands to the top, tension on and into catch up. So as soon as you get to the top, swap sides. Good, 15 seconds left. Last one on each side, hands to the top, and then we're into our alternate pull. So one arm down so it gets to your hip, and then swap. So you've got one at your head and one at your hip each time. Really squeeze that core together so you're not twisting as you pull. Good, 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. And into your sprint. This is your last 30 seconds of work, so go as hard as you can. Make sure you're staying in a nice straight line there, that core's tight. High elbows. Good, you're halfway. Keep pushing, 5 seconds. One more on each side, and up for a rest, well done. You can drop your paddles down. Grab a drink if you need to, give your arms a swing and a shake. Good, then we'll just go back through some shoulder stretches. So we start single arm, coming up over your head. You want to try and brush the side of your arm to your ear. Good. Lovely, and then back to the forwards rotation. Again, trying to brush your arm up by your ear as it comes round. Lovely, and then swap sides, so backwards on your other side, brushing against your ear. So these are all really simple exercises that will help your shoulder mobility and flexibility that you can do day to day. And back forwards again. And on these, for an extra bonus, if you squeeze your core so you're not twisting as the arm comes up, just helps your body learn to stabilise as your arms are spinning. Good, and then both arms together, forwards. Trying to bring them up, brush your ears at the front. Good, 2 more. And then change direction. Don't worry too much if your shoulders are a bit clunky going around. Good, and then single arm, one at a time. Again, if you're twisting, try and engage that core a little bit more so as those arms are coming down, your body's staying in a straight line. And change direction. Super, give those arms a good swing and a shake. And then join your hands up in front, clasp them together, push them away. And trying to open up the gap in between your shoulder blades at the back. So stretching through your back and your shoulders. And again, just keep your shoulders down, try not to be hunched back on this one. Good. And then if you want to, you can drop your chin forwards and then just move your head side to side, around the front, find all those stretches in your neck. So when it starts to feel tight, just stay in that position so it loosens up. Good, and then drop those hands behind, clasp them together, squeeze your shoulder blades back, chest forwards, chin up. And then relaxing down, one arm up over your head, hand down behind your head between your shoulder blades and grab with your other arm. If you're feeling flexible, you can clasp your hands behind your back. Good, nice big tricep stretch. And then swap sides. Good, bring those hands down. Again, last swing and a shake and we're all finished. Well done, everybody.